Good morning, wrestling fans. Welcome to PWR Today, Thursday morning. It's March 24th, 2022. The man they call Meathead, the lady called Linda K. Good morning, Linda. How you doing?
I'm doing just fine, but I think I like the lady.
Oh,
I like
the lady.
elves.
Yeah,
So
there you go. I was doing a thing for a while. Remember, it was the lovely, the lascivious, I was doing a whole thing there. That kind of died off after a while. But the lady. Hey, did you ever watch Saturday Night Live, The Ladies Man with Tim Meadows?
yes, of course.
He used to call, "Hey, it's a lady."
Yes. Maybe
Those
you can
are
do that sometimes too when
yeah.
I call in. Just
Uh,
sporadically. I'll be like, oh,
oh, it's a lady. Um, the Ladies Man and Undercover Brother are two stop and watch movies. If they are ever on TV, even if it's free TV, commercials or like pay TV, I gotta stop and watch both of those movies. Do you know what the two movies have in common?
Tim Meadows?
No, not Tim Meadows.
Oh.
Lando
Oh.
Calrissian, otherwise known as Billy D. Williams.
Okay.
Billy D played the bartender in Ladies Man, and he plays the general in Undercover Brother.
Well, next time I see it, because I have some of my movies where I'll see it in the channel guide, and no matter what, I have to put it on, like Rush Hour, Bad Boys, action
Okay.
comedies. Apparently, I like a lot of.
Okay. Yeah. No. Whenever I see the Ladies Man, I think of Tim Meadows going, "Take your leather by the hand and do it in the butt."
Mm-hmm.
All right. With my bottle of Cavatier, and the best line, the best stuff Tim Meadows ever did actually was in Walk Hard. You ever see Walk Hard?
No.
It's a Walk the Line ripoff. It's John C. McKinley and Jenna Fisher from The Office, and he plays the he plays the drummer. Says, "And you never paid for drugs, not once." Good stuff. Again, Linda, you got your homework. We get along really well, but you got homework to do. You got to catch up here. You got to catch up.
Gotta
But
find some time between catching up with wrestling and
uh-huh.
movies.
Speaking of ketchup, if you were to get ketchup all over your clothes and needed a quick shirt, I'm sorry, I'm channeling Matthew Thomas here. What shirt would you buy?
Well, I would hope you would buy collar and elbow. Hopefully, you didn't get that ketchup on your collar and elbow shirt, but if you did, that's okay. Go to collarandelbowbrand.com. Check out the latest and greatest in wrestling street fashion. Again, WrestleMania is just next week. I gotta make sure I pack up all my collar and elbow. See if I need to get some more into
I'm
my
thinking that our
luggage.
guy's going to have some down there, right? I would assume our
Absolutely.
guy's going to be in the house.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, collar and elbow will be in the house. So to make sure you're sporting collar and elbow, no matter what stains you get on your clothing, go to collarandelbowbrand.com and use promo code Linda K. That's LINDAKAY to save 10% off your order.
I can't help myself, but I honestly want to tweet at Monica Lewinsky right now and ask her
Ah,
if she's ever gotten the stains out of her dress, and if she needs more clothing, she would reach out to collarandelbowbrand.com.
There is a women's collection as well.
There is a woman's club. I did not have sexual relations with that woman, Miss Lewinsky. I did, however, spill on her shirt.
I thought it
Yikes.
was the dress.
It was the shirt, dress, I don't know.
Okay.
I came and I was gone. Okay. On that note, let's move into a little wrestling news. It's not really news so much as it is the AEW Best Dub Awards for 2021. They happened right before Dynamite went on the air on their YouTube channel. So last night they handed out the Best Dub Awards. The nominees for the categories, let's go down just a few of them. We're not going to run through all of them. Best Mic Duel. All right. There was the Inner Circle calling out Dan Lambert. There was Hangman Adam Page meeting Bryan Danielson. The Inner Circle nominated a second time, and the Pinnacle having a parlay. Britt Baker, DMD, and Ruby Soho, and MJF and CM Punk on Thanksgiving Eve. Who do you think won that one?
I'm going to go with MJF and CM Punk.
The winner, MJF and CM Punk on Thanksgiving Eve. And that was the one that went on about 20 minutes. Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Their back and forth was great every time, but that one was I was going to say winner, as proven so here on the AEW Awards.
Biggest WTF moment. Matt Jackson's tacked Travis Scott shoes. MJF's Long Island homecoming. Moxley and Kingston taking a drive. New York City street fight. Tay Conte and Anna Jay versus Bunny and Penelope Ford, or Hangman Adam Page turns down the Dark Order. Oh, that's a weird one for a WTF moment. What do you think won the WTF moment?
For me, the Matt Jackson thumbtacks come to
On the
mind.
shoes? Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? Moxley and Kingston taking a drive was cool, but it was definitely not a WTF. The winner was the New York City street fight between Tay Conte and Anna Jay versus Bunny and Penelope Ford. That is a
Really?
bit of a WTF surprise for me.
I mean, that one was very bloody. Maybe that's why, mainly.
Okay, let's do breakout stars. We're going to do male and female. First, the males: Dante Martin, Jungle Boy, Sammy Guevara, Ricky Starks, and Hook. Who is the breakout male star?
You know, I want to go with Jungle Boy, but just because of his popularity level right now, I'm going to say Hook won that one.
Hook did not. It was Sammy Guevara, actually, is the breakout star in the males section. Even though Hook, I think, could be the breakout star of 2022. I mean,
these are fan voted, or they voted amongst.
They're fans.
Peers.
They're
okay.
fan
I didn't know if it was something internal or fans. All right, I thought so.
All right, breakout female star. The nominees: Jade Cargill, Jamie Hayter, Tay Conte, Chris Statlander, and Red Velvet. I think this is an easy one.
Jade Cargill.
Jade Cargill. She's 29-0, and this Friday, tomorrow night, she's going for 30-0.
Oh yeah, we get the Queen celebration. So now we got another Queen of pro wrestling. There's many.
That's right. The Wrestler of the Year. This is a mixed gender category. Bryan Danielson, Britt Baker, DMD, Kenny Omega, Hangman Page, Darby Allin, Hikaru Shida, and Miro. Who is the Wrestler of the Year?
Lots of great talent there, but I'm going to go with a person on Team Long Time. That would be Britt Baker, DMD.
While she may have also gotten my vote as well, she did not win.
Oh.
The Wrestler of the Year was not Bryan Danielson. If you want to take three more guesses,
Omega.
Kenny Omega, the cleaner, was the Wrestler of the Year. Because remember, the cleaner was blowing through everybody until November when he finally lost to Hangman Adam Page.
That's right. See, some of these were more recent, so that might affect fan votes. It kind of affected who I chose for some of the categories as well. But no, Kenny Omega, definitely. I mean, he was my number one pick, in our fantasy draft last year as well.
Yep, which is coming to an end, by the way. Let's do a little bit of news on there real quick. We will be having a 2022/23 PWR Today draft. The details to be coming in the following weeks, but with the season ending next week, Sunday, Linda, and Matthew Thomas thinking that he's going to win, even though the man they call Meathead is going to win again. Linda, Matthew, and Meathead, and who else knows? We've got the draft coming again in 2022. Linda, you've got an outside chance, but boy, you got to have a lot of things go right.
Which can happen.
Which can happen.
WrestleMania. I'm not too far behind Meathead. In my second year here, I
think you've done phenomenal this year. Yeah, I think you did phenomenal.
Because they've improved. While I do foresee it being a challenge due to the talents you guys both currently have on your roster that are currently on the cards
and eligible for WrestleMania. That's the whole point.
Yes, there's still a chance I can come through with this. However, what I'm thinking about the Meathead is having all of us live and in the Big D. I mean, we got to have some type of live or video draft recap or something. I know we still got to discuss this amongst you, myself, and the Mots, but we got to make some big things happen. We are going to be live in the Big D. So I feel that the fans should get what they want. In the words of Best Friends, or when it's quoted for Best Friends, give them what they want.
Let's
get some live video of the three of us. Let's
get some live video, because this is the first year it was just the three of us. I mean, if you go down the history of the PWR draft, the original drafts, actually, Linda, were just Damien and myself. Then it became Damien and David, the Popcorn Night Hero, and those were great drafts. There was the one year where David didn't know I was part of the draft, and I ended up winning it. Do you remember that year?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Dave wasn't happy about that one. there was the year where Dave, they did the swap with the cards and he drew the ace and he took all Damien's wrestlers and Damien started chucking. That is one of my favorites all time. Then there was the year last season where we had 5 participants. I mean, we had Drew Baydala, we had Damian Nelson, we had David Hero, Linda Kay, Amanda Calmina. We had a huge surprise. And then at the end of that one, Christopher Daniels letting Drew Bay know that his pickup was illegal, therefore I won the draft. And then this year, so shenanigans galore. And speaking real quick before we get into Dynamite, shenanigans is exactly 8 days away. Again, 8 days. 8 days away. Linda, by this time next week, you're already in the Big D. By this time next week, I'm already in the Big D, or at least in the air on the way to the Big D.
I do believe the Motts is arriving.
The Motts is arriving at some point. Well. I don't know. He's in Idaho somewhere right now. We have no idea where the hell he is. He's somewhere up in the Pacific Northwest. I don't know if he's looking for Long John Silver or, Paul Bunyan or whoever's up there, but the Motts will be in town.
Potatoes.
We're going to figure out who shot John F. Kennedy. I mean, we're going to do all that stuff. So shenanigans, 8 days away. I am ready. Get the karaoke machine ready. Maybe a dunk tank. Can we get a dunk tank down there too? I'd love a dunk tank.
That I'm not sure.
But I don't think it's going to happen. Is there a mechanical bull? There's got to be. It's Texas.
And Gillies is a huge historical entertainment venue with numerous rooms, including one hosting our huge shenanigans party. So we're telling everybody, if you have not locked in your tickets, get them at shenanigansparty.com. Takes place next Friday night, April 1st. No April Fool's joke on that one.
No, that's the real deal.
We'll have our annual Kevin Nash shenanigans party resume.
So excited to see everybody
at WrestleMania weekend. So shenanigansparty.com, everybody. Come hang with us, come party with us. Guaranteed a good time. You might even see Linda Kay on a mechanical bull then if it's
there. You go. And Big Sexy coming off a big movie. Wasn't he just in that big movie with Channing Tatum again? I think he was in that the dog movie. I think he's in that movie as well.
Yeah, so, they're buddies.
That's right. From the what was the Magic Miguel? Yeah. No, that was I was thinking that I saw the Spanish version once. It was Magic Miguel, so never mind.
Oh, I didn't know that existed.
It doesn't. You blew it. It's okay. I'm just kidding. Let's continue on. Let's talk about Dynamite last night. And unlike this show, which had about 10 minutes of fluff already, let's start talking about Dynamite last night, which started off literally with the music of the best in the world, CM Punk taking on Dax Harwood. Now, Dax Harwood coming out in a singles match and his partner Cash Wheeler walking him out and then walking back. And then coming out a little bit later on, the Ass Boys sitting in the corner just, kind of running their jaw all day long. It was a great match. Wow. Dax Harwood, if he ever wanted to go into a singles run, I think he's got a chance. He's got that Arn Anderson type look. And I think he's got a chance to be a great singles worker. But so far, Punk with the win via submission. He slapped on the Anaconda Vice. And then afterwards, Punk, it was so weird. He gestured about the dog collar and lifted himself up again. So I don't know if he's done with MJF. We're going to hear a little bit more from MJF later on in the night. But what did you think of that first match?
Strong way to kick off Dynamite. Hot crowd as always.
Super hot.
Yeah. And it was the return of CM Punk since that dog collar match. So great to see him back in there kicking off Dynamite and a tremendous match with Dax Harwood. I didn't really think too much about him having a singles run just because the tag team division at AEW and, bringing in Ring of Honor in the mix. I know you talked about this huge Ring of Honor show down in Dallas next week as well with them facing them boys. Great match though. And I see that set up, obviously having the Ass Boys at ringside. Looks like we're going to get a little program there between them and FTR, but great way to kick it off. And, the whole thing with Punk and MJF, I really wasn't sure after that match if things would be done. I felt it would be just because it looks like MJF and Wardlow have a transition from that, but it's hard for me to believe MJF would just let go of losing that match to CM Punk as well.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, afterwards, the 8-man tornado tag match, that first hour was all tag matches except for this first match here. So the next match, literally, and they didn't go to commercial at the end of the Punk Harwood match. They went right to the intros. It was Sting, Darby Allin, and the Hardys taking on the AFO, which was the Butcher Blade, Mark Quinn, and Isaiah Cassidy, along with Andrade and Ali. Ali? That's not the guy's name. What's the guy's name that hangs out with Andrade? It's not Allie.
Are you thinking of the bunny's former name?
No, yeah, because the bunny is the bunny. I mean, she might have been Allie in Impact.
I think he's just known as his assistant.
Yeah, his assistant, Alex. I'm going to call him Alex from now on. But uh, I I really like this match. I got a bone to pick. Sorry. And, we have to, right? I mean, we can't say everything's great all the time, AEW. We can't say everything's terrible, WWE, or whatever, or vice versa. We got to be honest. I think they should have cut the camera away in the merchandise area while Jeff Hardy was climbing up, because you have Sting just keeping his hand on the Butcher and the Blade while waiting for Jeff Hardy to get up there. Totally took me out of the mood for that spot.
Yeah, especially thinking back, yeah, that would have been good right there. I think
do a camera cut. Go back to what Private Party and Matt Hardy are doing. Then all of a sudden you cut back and Jeff's ready to hit the spot. That's just a production thing. I mean, I love AEW and I love watching WWE. I miss WCW, but production value, WWE has always been, just a mile above everybody else. And there's these little subtleties that could just make the show that much better. That right there was one of them.
Yeah, I think what happened just before that, wasn't that when Matt and Private Party went through the table, the three of them? So
well, they went through it at first.
Down.
But when they cut back after that spot, they were already dragging Matt Hardy back to the ring.
Oh, okay. I see. All right. Well, I guess just due to the excitement of Jeff Hardy climbing up some nostalgia there, having that ladder, I guess most people's minds were preoccupied and just waiting.
Hey, if this match would have happened, if this match would have happened in the Control Your Narrative, the CYN, that opening move by Darby Allin wouldn't have counted because it was a tope suicida.
Yes, I know you shared that to me and Matthew, the rules.
That's right.
Narrative, which will also take place down in the Big D.
Matter of fact, it takes place at Gillies.
I believe a Thursday night.
Yeah, it's a Thursday night, so it'll be in the exact same billing that Shenanigans will be in. The Control Your Narrative show is Thursday night, and Shenanigans is Friday. If you go to shenanigansparty.com and go to actually Gillies' website off of that, you'll see everything else that they have going on there, including Control Your Narrative. All right, so Cash Wheeler and Dax Harwood cut a promo. He says he's not even going to refer to the Gunn brothers as those ass boys because that's a gimmick name. We're going to call them Billy's kids. Mm-hmm. And they've got an issue or a challenge to issue to Billy's kid because they're spoiled brats.
Yeah, I mean you've got some true veterans there in the game, and you got I'll say Billy's kids just to quote, or Billy's sons. He said kids, sons. Just to
it was one or the other.
Yeah. Obviously having a father who has been a longtime veteran in the game as well, but this will be their time to shine.
Great promo.
Yeah.
A great promo because what they did was they said, your dad who's earned the respect in this business, you think you can leech off that respect. Mm-hmm. So no, that was absolutely fantastic. Yeah. I didn't focus on that name because I wanted to focus on the name that comes out of this next match, and I've written it down. It was Moxley and Danielson taking on the Varsity Blondes, and Julia Hart sitting ringside, staring away from the match with her patch over her eye. Side note, I was watching the Seinfeld episode where Kramer was walking around with a patch over his eye as well. He wanted to be a pirate. After the match, Moxley and Danielson win via submission with a rear naked choke. William Regal comes out, but he doesn't have to speak. He lets Moxley speak. And now he says, for anybody that wants to come up and step up to what we're doing, you better find a place where you can learn to love pain. You can earn a badge of honor from the Blackpool Combat Club. Holy shit, I love that name.
Yeah, very fitting for them. And I love how there's always something big after their matches ever since William Regal has come in, or even when Regal came out on Dynamite for the first time as well. There's always some great in-ring promo or some action, as we saw last week.
Something news. I mean, they're making progress.
Yeah. Can I mention one thing about Julia Hart?
Absolutely.
So I know there was some rumored innuendo that last week Malachi Black kind of hinted of someone who would possibly be joining the House of Black, because I didn't see this moment, but it was in an article I saw him holding an eye patch or something to that extent, and the rumored innuendo was he hinting possibility of another member joining? And from what we saw from Julia Hart last night, that would make a lot of sense.
Make a ton of sense, because they were talking. Remember, Pac had his eye patch for a long time too, and so did which Lucha Brother had one on, because one of the Lucha Brothers had one on too. So that's what happens when you get Malachi Black's mist in the eye. You end up wearing an eye patch. So,
but it did get on Garrison too, and it's not on his eye.
Right.
It got
that was a blown spot. Yeah, it was a blown spot on that one.
Right. But no, I see obviously something a brew in there, Julia.
Yeah. Hey, come see what's brewing. Sorry, spring training has started, folks, and we're thinking Brewers around here. So, all right, I have another, and this one's a major bone, and this one is a production bone. Linda, I pointed out the watching Jeff climb up and watching Sting just hold two guys down that are laying perfectly still. Linda, you can maybe speak to this a little bit more. The fake tan, the spray on tan. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Do
you know where I'm going
you
right
spoke
now?
of it from SmackDown this past week as well.
I'm talking about last night. If you're going to use it, don't you think you should balance it out? Don't you think you should whatever? Did you go back and look at MJF's hands? They were brown and orange. They were splotchy. It was distracting. Took me out of it. I didn't listen to a thing he said because I couldn't stop looking at his hands.
Really, I guess I don't notice too much of the spray tan stuff. Sometimes I do, but I guess it doesn't.
I'm not against spray tan at all. I'm not against it at all. I understand with the TV. I was talking about the guy that was shooting out the beers to Kevin Owens. You could tell he was going on the camera because the guy was covered in spray tan. But
yeah. Well, when I heard you talk about that too, here's what I just from being amongst some of the TV guys.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. Maybe you could speak on it more for us.
Okay. Well, at any point, you never know if you'll be used. I mean, for the most part, if you'll be used for TV, if you're being used just in back, if you're being used, to run errands. So if you're getting that opportunity to help out at any big promotion, you just got to be ready. If it's a TV
camera ready,
you got to be camera ready. Yeah. So maybe the beer tosser really wasn't aware it was going to be him at first, but he got the opportunity, and at that point, you don't wash off the spray tan, but
his didn't look bad. I mean, you could just tell, but his didn't look bad. MJF's his hands were darker than his face, and isn't the spray tan more meant for the face? I mean, to make you pop so you have color on the camera.
Yeah, well, maybe there's an accidental overload. I don't know. I've never gone spray tanning, so it's hard to kind of speak on it.
Right. And that's what I'm saying, because you've been around guys and ladies that have to be camera ready or whatever. And maybe I'm off. I'm saying, somebody educate me on this. Why does it look so bad? And that's what I'm saying the difference is. So beer can guy from Monday night, whoever the worker was, because he was probably an indie guy from somewhere. Beer can guy looked level, looked balanced. He was wearing it. You could see it. It's like a person wearing makeup, not wearing. I mean, you can tell, but it looked even, level. MJF is one of the top guys in this company, and this company let him go out looking like that.
Yeah, maybe it was a last-minute job.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, somebody help me know. That's what I want to know. I'm not blaming anybody. I just help me understand better. That's all.
That was the input I had.
Okay. All right. So I'm just, again, and I don't want it to seem like, I could do better or worse. I mean, have you guys seen me? Plus, trust me, there's not enough spray tan in the world to make me look TV ready. That's why we do a podcast, folks. I got a face made for radio. All right. Let's talk about this promo that MJF, he did go a little bit overboard by saying that, goddamn. And what was the other thing he said? I'll put him up on the cross just like Jesus. Oh, I didn't like that. Yeah. I know what he's doing, and I know he's trying to get, I was okay kicking Wardlow's skank mother more than I was the goddams, and I'm surprised TNT is going to let that one slide.
Yeah, I
That
know.
does not play well under the Mason-Dixie line.
Yeah. And we know AEW likes to push the limits, but
they also have to answer
like,
to Turner Broadcasting.
Yeah, that's where a bit far given the topic. And I know Max Caster had gotten spoken to, but some more provocative things he may have said. So I am surprised at that, and it seemed like there was more to it because it wasn't just one reference; it was numerous. And man, yeah.
It was tough. But you know what? What it's
getting
building
that
to,
heat, though.
What's building to is a great program that we're going to get. MJF says that he will pay Wardlow to stay home and stay home for the year, stay home for the decade, make people forget who he is. Oh, okay. I understand. That's, that's kind of cool. I can't wait to see where that goes. I'm really excited to see it.
Finally, we're getting it.
Yeah. Adam Cole and Jay Lethal. Sadly for Jay Lethal, this was all the Adam Cole show. And Adam Cole wins via pinfall, and Adam Cole, again, this is just me being a wrestling fan listening. He goes, you know what? I dare you, Adam Page, to come out and be like a man and face us man to man.
The three of us.
Right.
The three of us, man.
Man to man. There's three. But,
right after
my math is off.
Yeah, right after he just cheated with a low blow to get that win as well.
Yeah.
Hey, he's a heel.
But that's wrestling. So that part I'm just picking bones. Adam Cole runs off with the belt. And then Tony Schiavone interviews Sammy Guevara and Tay Conte. This one on a personal level still feels a little funny. I know life is what it is, but didn't Sammy Guevara propose to his former fiance on TV, and now there's the Tay Conte thing? I know life continues on, so now we know that Sammy and Tay are an item. The funny part is that at the end, when Dan Lambert comes out and he's kissing the TNT championship, Sammy and Tay talk about, you know what? You should see what we did when we had that belt. Now we're in your mouth too. Ew.
Yeah.
Ew.
Well, that did make me laugh as well, because Dan Lambert had something quite the things to say about Tay Conti as well. I gotta say,
Lucha Horace is what.
Oh, that made me chuckle. There was another good one he had. I forgot what it was.
He said Tony Khan just reached puberty the last time that Scorpio Sky lost.
Yeah, there was another good one, but definitely with Sammy and.
Is it the only thing that Canada's done right in a long time was Page? Okay.
I'll have to watch it back.
Okay.
But he had some good ones in there, but it definitely, because they got a good jab back at him, it just had a better feel to it. More funny haha than when him and Brandy had that bantering back and forth to one another. So
now, me having paid attention to the internet over the last 5-10 years, I can't think about anything other than Paige. And I don't mean Adam. I don't mean.
Oh,
right. Yeah, I think Paige from WWE and what her and Xavier Woods and Matthew Thomas's friend from South Carolina did with the NXT belts.
Well, that's not what I was getting to. I do remember that, but because you said Paige, I thought of Paige Van Zandt and what Dan Lambert said about the website, and that's the reason why why Orange Cassidy always has his hands in his pants. That's what the other thing was that made me laugh really loud.
And when he said that, Ethan Page had his hands in his pants at the exact same time. So if you watch it back, you see him just jiggling his pockets. Then he pulls out real quick. So yeah, I know. That's the kind of show we're doing here. All right, let's move on. Let's talk about the Beaver Boys. Good God. It is that kind of show we're doing. The Beaver Boys, Johnny Hungy, John Silver, and Alex Reynolds taking on the JAS, the Jericho Appreciation Society. It's Jericho and Daniel Garcia with 2.0 and Jake Hager. You know what? They got to stop singing Judas, and I'm glad that 2.0 pointed it out.
See, this is where I'll go on the flip side. I know, is it Menard? Magic Menard, Danny Magic Menard.
Tony, 1 second before you go into it, Tony Schiavone had a pretty decent line. He goes, you know what, Magic Dan Menard or Matt Menard, I wish he would just disappear. That was not bad. It was not bad at all.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. So he agrees with you in saying that they should not be singing that. But man, how can you not as a AEW fan
Right.
and a Jericho fan and a Fozzy fan? But it's just I guess I'm looking at it from the outside in. It's just such a huge part of going to live shows. It's something you want to do. You and I partook in the sing along when
absolutely.
AEW was here last year in Milwaukee. Yeah, I understand they're a different faction, true heels, but why not still, praise, sing along? Because no matter what, everyone will love Jericho, no matter if he's a good guy, if he's a bad guy, no matter what he does, everyone will love Chris Jericho. He is that damn good. And if it's just a huge part of having that fun and enjoying your time at a live AEW show, I say keep it up. They can always talk crap to the audience right back.
They can, and that's kind of what they're doing right now. They're giving them that, and then they're talking crap on them afterwards.
Yeah.
We skipped over real quick. That was the main event, and I want to mention this. The new AEW Women's Champion, Thunder Rosa, came out and was instantly interrupted by Vicky Guerrero yelling, "Excuse me." I miss it. I don't want it too much, but I do miss her coming out and doing it. And then we knew that Nyla Rose was coming out Friday for Rampage. Nyla Rose attacks Thunder Rose from behind. So this has got to be her next opponent.
Yeah. I like Vicky, and Nyla's great too. And I'm just thinking how long this program could go for. I like
this is short. I'm telling you, it's going to be short. They're going to have maybe some talking back and forth over a week to two, and they're going to have a match, and that's going to be it. Now, Thunder Rosa is going right through her.
Yeah. Because as far as other names that come up in the women's division that I want to see face Thunder Rosa, I guess they still have their own program they're working on, and that would be Serena Deeb and Hikaru Shida.
Yeah,
that would come to mind. But I think down the line, if we get Serena Deeb and Thunder Rosa, that's where if we can get that maybe.
Because remember, we gotten it once already. We've already gotten that. They wrestled for the NWA Women's title.
Championship. Yep, but now this new Serena Deeb.
Yeah, I'm ready.
That's what I want. Yeah.
Serena Deeb, like under the radar still, even though as awesome as she is, I think she's still under the radar. Kind of like Thunder Rosa was, and you know how I kind of was on that Thunder Rosa bandwagon already. And it really started for me at the Lights Out match with Britt Baker. I'm like, wow, Thunder Rosa is amazing. And then, I was kind of said, I can't wait to see Thunder. I can't wait to see Thunder. When we went to the show, I want to see Thunder Rosa wrestle. So I been on that bandwagon 6, but Serena Deeb has been around for a long time. She was part of the Straight Edge Society way back in the day. Got her head shaved by CM Punk and Luke Gallows. So
yeah.
Oof. Well, that was Dynamite from last night, and that was the results of the 2021 AEW End of the Year Awards. So, Linda, we finished up Thursday. We got one more show tomorrow. I know you got big stuff going on. Are you in the car right now, or are you getting ready to leave?
Soon. Very soon. I'll be hitting the road back to Louisville for OVW TV.
On the road again.
Yeah, you can catch it on Fight TV live tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Mountain, 4 p.m. Pacific on Fight TV.
Or 4 p.m. Idaho.
Yes, for the Mots to tune in live tonight. Yeah, and then tomorrow, right back into Wisconsin, and that Wisconsin-Illinois border, Pleasant Prairie. We got the Happy 8 Collectibles meet and greet with Scotty 2 Hottie.
Yep.
6 to 8 p.m. And then the Saturday, heading a little further north in Wisconsin, I'll be up in Merrill for GLCW Merrill Mania 2 featuring Scotty 2 Hottie. I'll be announcing we got OVW GLCW stars, blizzardbrawl.com. Get those tickets before they're gone. And then it's WrestleMania week. Wow.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm ready. You know what sucks is I can't get down to the Pleasant Prairie, but it's right in that area. It's a place I go to once a year around July 24th. And there is a White Castle not too far from there.
Yes, there is. Highway 50.
Yeah. Oh, the run by, they've built up that whole area. The Woodman's, the Best Buy, and then the castle. Oh, it's right there. All right. Well, Linda, enjoy your drive. Drive safe. Don't get stuck like a meathead, on the side of a semi during a rainstorm, because then you can't see. Drive during the daytime. Don't do that at night.
Mm-hmm. You got it.
And we will talk to the Mots, I would assume, tomorrow morning. We'll have to check our schedules. We're back and forth. We're making sure that we got content for you guys every day, Monday through Friday. I don't even know what we're doing for WrestleMania week. I know we're gonna punch out a bunch of things, but I haven't even put that together yet. We'll work on that. All right. For Linda Kay, the man they call Meathead. Hey, thanks for stopping by. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow morning. So long, everyone.